Hi guys, I'm Dinithi. This is the 23rd video of the series of designing an e-commerce web application, and today we are going to talk about the programming part behind the single product view page. So this is the product view page. Let's get straight into the code. So first I assign the product ID we got using get method to this PID variable. Then I used this huge query to get all the details about our product, including the model and the brand. Then I got the number of rows of the result set, and if that equals to 1, then this whole thing will happen. Else, sorry for the inconvenience. So if product num equals to 1, first I fetched that row from our result set and assigned it to this product data variable. Then over here, I used the usual method to get the product image. So I'm not gonna explain that once again. But once you fetch an image, I used this load main image function on click for that image. So let's check that out. So here's load main image function. First, I got the src of the product image and assigned it to this image variable. Then main image to this main variable. So moving back to the single product view. Here's the product image element and this is the main image. So then I created this new URL to this main variable using the image variable. And that's how I select between 3 images. Then comes the pricing section. So first, I got the actual price of the product using product data. Then I got the 5% of that price because there's a 5% discount. Then I got the new price by adding these two and echoed it here. So this is the actual price for the product. And then over here, I got the difference between the new price and the product price and echoed it here. So that's how much we saved. And finally, I divided the differences by price and multiplied that by 100 to get the percentage and echoed it here. So that's how the price calculation part works. Then comes the seller's details. To get that, I simply used this search query. Here I searched all from the user table where email equals to the user email in the product data and fetched that row as seller data. Then I got the first name and last name using that. And then comes the quantity field. So here, first I assigned this check value quantity function on keyup. Moving on to that function, here first I got the quantity input field and assigned it to this input variable. Then if input is less than or equal to 0, then we'll get an alert saying you have reached the minimum quantity, and this will change the input value to 1. And if the input is greater than the quantity, then we'll get an alert saying you have reached the maximum quantity while changing the input value to the product quantity. Moving back to the single product view, then comes the quantity increase and decrease buttons. So let's check them out. So here's quantity increase function. First I got the product quantity and assigned it to this input variable, and the quantity over here is the available quantity of the certain product. We got that using our product table. So if the available quantity is less than the input, then first I got the value as an integer and added 1 to it. Then I assigned that to this new value variable. Then over here I converted the integer in new value to a string and assigned to the input. So this will happen until the product reach its maximum quantity. Once it hits the available quantity, this will send an alert saying you have reached the maximum quantity and the input will remain to be the available quantity. Then when it comes to the quantity decrease function, the same thing happens, but over here this will subtract 1 from the input instead of adding 1. And this is the alert you get once you reach the minimum quantity and the input value will be 1. So that's how this whole quantity thing works. Moving back to the single product view, then comes the related items. So first I searched for all the details from product table, where category ID equals to the category ID in product data, and also the quantity should be greater than 0, and the ID of the product should not be the ID in the product data, which is the ID of our product. Then I used the same method to fetch each product and display them. So I'm not going to explain it once again. And when it comes to the product details, I used our product data to get the brand, model, and the description. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for this video. Today we went through the programming part behind our single product view. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all again. Goodbye.